Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mounties Midweek. I'm Drew Patrick. On today's episode, we talk baseball and softball. We talk about the men's basketball team helping out the community, plus we prepare for the Mountie Awards. The Mansfield softball team had two series this past week. The first one was Bloomsburg on the road. The Huskies got the better of the Mounties in Game 1, winning by a final score of 4-1. In the second game, Bloomsburg had a big sixth inning, and that was the difference. Mansfield falls in that one by a score of 8-5. The team hit the road again on Tuesday as they traveled to Lock Haven University. The Bald Eagles took the first game by a score of 5-1. Freshman Lacey O'Donnell was millimeters away from her first career home run. It bounced off the fence and fell in play. In the second game, that one went Mansfield's way as the Mounties had a monster fourth inning, plating 6 runs, and Mansfield wins that one 9-1 in 6 innings. Mansfield has a homestand this weekend as they face Clarion and IUP. The Mansfield baseball team had a series with Millersville this past week. Here's how those games went. Mansfield battles Bloomsburg this weekend for a 4-game series. The track and field team had 2 events this past week. A couple of athletes went to the SUNY Delhi Bronco Classic and had some standout performances. Other members of the team traveled to Bucknell University for the Bison Outdoor Classic, and there were some admirable performances there as well. The Mounties return to Lewisburg, Pennsylvania to compete in the Bucknell Team Challenge this Saturday. Now let's take a look at what else is upcoming this week. Don't go anywhere, much more on the other side of the break.
Small community, close-knit, it's beautiful. Now, as we join UPMC, it just opens a whole new world.
Together, UPMC and Susquehanna Health are bringing life-changing medicine to North Central Pennsylvania.
UPMC brings extraordinary innovation to virtually every aspect of the work we do.
Exchanging ideas, sharing research, it's a tremendous opportunity to learn in real time with world-class experts.
Changing lives every day. UPMC Susquehanna.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play!
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub. With exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours. The home of Division II college sports.
Welcome back here to Mounties Midweek. Let's talk baseball now, as we have two members of the baseball team in Brady Mengel and Dom Lopez. Thank you both so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having us.
So, obviously the season thus far has not gone the way that we really would have liked. So what do you guys have to do, and Brady, especially you as a captain of this team, to really keep the spirits up in this time and keep focusing on each game and attacking each game?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard right now because guys are getting down on themselves as far as, we come to practice every day and our results at the end aren't what we expected. So kind of preach, I mean, not only us as captains, but older guys and guys who've been around a couple of years here have been saying, okay, we just got to keep at it, take each pitch and go from there. It's just kind of a stepping stone now as far as moving forward.
Personally, obviously the season hasn't gone the way that we've all predicted it, how we've worked, but we have a lot of new guys this year. So I think a big part of having a down season like this is taking something positive and building from it. I know I'm a new guy, our shortstop's a new guy, our third baseman's a freshman, our right fielder just started playing right field maybe last week. So, I mean, we have a lot of new parts coming in. And even with that being said, you want to win games and you want to compete and you want to come out with some W's. But coming into next year, I think if we're going to have this bad season now, we got to take something positive so we learn from it. So it's not just losing, it's not just feeling down. Next year we got to come in with a new attitude, and we just got to learn from our mistakes this year.
Yeah, kind of that avoiding really going after each other's throats and still trying to stay together as a unit. And so, I mean, you said focusing on the positives, but what are the keys to getting everyone to buy into that? Because I know that's not an easy thing to do, especially with frustration.
Yeah, especially with the season we're having now. I mean, Coach kind of preaches this too, just having a positive vibe. That's kind of been our thing the past couple of weeks here now going forward. And like I said, it's kind of tough on our guys being where we're at now as a team, because I think we can be up there if in the middle of the pack, if not darn near close to the top. We've competed with Westchester, East Stroudsburg, and now Millersville. If you look, our series at Millersville, we were in there 2 games when Hunter pitched and then Bryce pitched. Westchester, we beat them down there, and we had them here. East Stroudsburg, same thing. I mean, we are right there. It's just something we have to realize as a team. It's really not over. There's still a ton of baseball left. There's still time to work. I just think we just have to come ready each and every day. Like I said, each pitch, inning at a time, and just basically go from there.
What is going to be the key to getting a split, or maybe even taking 3 games in that series? What are going to be the things that you guys have to focus on to get victories in that series?
Well, I mean, the big thing this year for our team has been pitching and defense. And I think, we have one of the best staffs in the PSAC, minus obviously Millersville. But pitching and defense is going to be the key going forward. But I think if we have a couple good innings hitting-wise, see, our hitting this year has been kind of spaced out. We have 1 good inning usually every game where we'll have a couple guys get a couple hits, do this, do that. I mean, I think if our hitting gets a little better and we can hit throughout the course of the game, I think we'll come out on top. Now, we don't need to score 15 runs, obviously, because that's not our playing style. But if we put at least 3 or 4 on the board, I think our pitching and defense should hold its own.
Yeah, I agree with Brady. I mean, our hitting this year has been frustrating at times because it comes and it goes. And I think if we could just string together 4 or 5 good at-bats throughout the course of a few innings, not just 1 inning, because like Brady says, we'll have an inning where 1 through 5 get on, get things going, and then the next inning, we just can't get that same magic going. So I think it's more of consistency throughout, not just having 1 blow-up innings. I think we need to work on putting together a game plan for 7 innings. Not 1 inning, not 2 innings, not 4 innings. We have to complete the game. We got to finish the game. And I think if we put together a few good at-bats, a few good innings, I think we could easily walk out of there with a win.
Is that more of a mental thing, though, to kind of break out of that? Or is that some things you have to change up, maybe in a lineup or maybe in that kind of thing?
I'm going to go on mental side because baseball is one of the toughest sports to play as far as mental-wise. If you're not there, it's just not going to happen. Because you can go up there, one at-bat, see the ball, hit it, and then your next at bat, you're not going to get the same pitch most likely. You're going to get an off-speed pitch, or vice versa. You're going to get the fastball. So it's all mental going up, and if you're not ready for it, it's probably going to eat you alive there. But yeah, I mean, lineup wise, I think we're pretty steady there. I mean, maybe a couple changes here and there, like moving guys maybe a couple spots down or a couple spots up. I don't think that's going to change much. It's basically up to us as an individual moving forward, saying, okay, this is what I did this at bat. This is what I need to do to get better. I need to stay focused. I need to do this, and hopefully that'll help us later in the innings, because closing games has been a big problem from us. We sort of start on top, we start going, and then we sort of fall off a little bit. So I mean, staying in the game all 7 innings, playing baseball that we know how to, I think is going to be a big key.
Yeah, 100%. I just think, I mean, the lineup changes. I think the lineup, like Brady said, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, but nothing too drastic. And I think it's a matter of just, getting up there and not, I feel at some points we get too anxious.
Press too much.
Yeah, well, we're getting ourselves out because we're sitting there, we're saying, I'm 0 for 1 today, I'm 0 for 2 today. I need to get in there, I need to get hit early, I need to look fastball early. Pitcher throws a fastball low and away, not something you really can't do anything with, or a pitch that you really don't excel in hitting, and then we swing through it, we swing over top of it, we get a little lazy ground ball. 100%. Next thing you know, 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 7th, here we are. And that's kind of been like a tone that we've been doing for a few weeks now, where we get so in our heads with trying to get on and trying to make stuff happen that we're swinging at pitches that we really can't do much with,
versus letting it happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Brady's game against Slippery Rock, Brady went up there, he had a plan, he was patient, and he got pitches that he could handle. I mean, I think moving forward, we got to do the same thing. This last weekend, we faced, I'd say, 3 really good starters.
Yeah, probably the best starters you're going to face.
Yeah, 3 really good starters. And if you didn't go up there with a plan, they would expose you, and they would know you didn't have a plan. I mean, and even if you did have a plan, they're good. They're a good team. Some of them pitchers, I wouldn't be surprised if they get drafted this year. But
Tyler Yankowski.
Yeah.
Navaholtz.
Yep. I mean, so I just think it's more of a mental thing, and it's more of so much don't be afraid to fail. Go up there with a plan, trust yourself, trust your ability, and just play the game. Because at the end of the day, it's still a game. We're still kids. I'm 21 years old. I mean, I'm paying rent sometimes, but I mean, it's nothing. This isn't life or death, and I think we got to take that into next year.
Yeah, going off of that, what Don was saying. I mean, I think a lot of guys, I didn't have the best games against Morrisville that last series, but I kind of got down on myself a little bit and thinking, had a couple strikeouts, didn't go the way I wanted. But then moving forward, I'm like, you hear from all these guys, all the older people, even your coaches, hey, you got to have a short-term memory with this moving forward. And this is basically in life, in all sports. If you fail once, it doesn't have to happen again, Move forward, forget about it. And most of our guys, when they do something wrong, they come in the dugout. Now, I'm going to throw Dom on the bus here. Dom's one of the bigger guys that just comes in here and fakes the helmet chuck. Just, sets it down and does what he needs to do. Sometimes I say, Dom, quit it. Go out in the field, make a play or two, everything will be fine. I think that's a big thing for our team moving forward is if something doesn't go our way or as an individual you don't have the outcome you wanted, you just got to forget about it and move forward.
So I want to touch on a couple things there. You mentioned the short-term memory. A lot of people associate that with pitchers, but how important is that short-term memory for you guys either in the field or at bat too?
It's huge because if you take your at bat into the field, the ball's going to come to you most likely. Like I'll throw myself under the bus too. struck out against Millersville, and then I'm just like, oh crap, I shouldn't, whatever happened, and you just in the back of your head when you're in the field hitting your glove, you just get mad at yourself. Before you know it, the ball's coming at you. Error. And so putting that in the back of your head, forgetting about it, playing the game, moving forward, I think that's going to help our team going forward, not only as a team, but like you said, as an individual.
I mean, yeah. I think the worst thing in baseball that could ever happen to a person is striking out and then going to the field and making an error. If you don't know that feeling, then it's hard to explain.
Then you don't play baseball, basically.
Yeah, because we've all been there. It's a tough one. But yeah, I think honestly, it's more important to have a short memory as a position player than as a pitcher. Because if you're a pitcher, short memory, you have a rough inning, you got to go back out there. But if you have a rough at bat, you got to go out there.
It just carries on throughout the day.
2 pitches later, you're back in the field. If you have a rough going in the field, you might be leading off the next inning. And I don't want to throw pitchers under the bus, but I think position players are the wind that makes the ship sail. Because and they could go either way. They could go either way because pitchers will say, "Oh, well, if you didn't have pitching," and we know. Right. I know. But
there's a good friendly rivalry between you guys. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
So you guys play next to each other in the field.
Yeah.
How important is that communication out there between you two? Because in this last game, I think there was a pop-up near first, and Brady ran all the way over, called him off and down. I remember you being like, come on, man, I was right here. But how important is that communication between you guys?
It's funny because me and Dom been going at it throughout the course of the year with stuff like that. The ball goes up, especially in the wind. Dom like, I ain't going for it.
Yeah.
You just catch it. There was a ball I ran way behind Dom against Millersville, caught it, and I'm just like, that's a nice catch and stuff. But one time, ball goes up, Dom goes, I'm not moving. I'm just standing here. But I made that error, and I was like, I just want to catch the ball. So I ran over to Dom, caught it down. Dom looks at me and goes, seriously? I literally was right here. Because that's the kind of thing we have going back and forth with each other. But being next to him, it's I get to see everything, that kind of he sees. Balls that he's been picking or,
Yeah, that's surprising, actually. That one came out of nowhere, but we're gonna take it, we're gonna run with it.
And just, balls hitting in our hole, Dom's one of the few guys that I've seen that actually has that range moving to his right. Most of the times my freshman, sophomore year, it's usually be me moving to my left, getting the ball and throwing it to first. But, Dom's agile enough to move over, field it. I really don't have to say much. It's kind of expected for him to move. Other times that he's not there, I'm usually there to get it. But just us being there together, it's kind of fun to have that, kind of joking relationship being at first and second.
Me and Brady have an agreement that the ball's on the ground, I'll make my best effort to try and get it. If the ball's in the air, I'm going straight to the bag. No ifs, ands, or buts.
He's going right to the bag.
We've talked about it. We've practiced this. He loves the pop-ups. He loves to call me off, as you guys can see. So that's fine. I told him, listen, Brady, that's fine. You can catch every pop-up, but make sure you catch every pop-up. Don't hold me accountable for a single one. If it's foul ground, sometimes I'll have to take the lead just because Brady can't get over there quick enough. But if it's fair, I'm saying, honestly, that's a far run. And Coach would yell at me.
That's right.
So if it's fair, I look at him, the ball goes up, I look over to him, and he knows. I'll go to the bag. And that's it. We have a pretty good relationship. I had that one.
You did, I know.
But I let him take it.
I had to take it.
I let him take it. It's okay. It's because he saved me a lot of the times. So you know what? Brady said, I want a feel-good pop-up. I said, you know what, Brady? You got it. You save my butt, I'll save yours.
So, how important is that lighthearted relationship, not only between you guys, but with everyone, especially in a slump like you guys are in? How important is that?
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. If you're in a slump or things aren't going your way and you just come to the ballpark every day with the same face, stuff's not going to go yours. Nothing's going to get better. Having that, relationship, joking around with guys. Me and Josh are constantly saying stuff to each other. Like seniors in left field talking to Cody, I just hear seniors saying random things about hey, did you see that ball? I didn't even see that ball. That's I look at Josh go, how don't you see the baseball? You know, it's like stuff like that. Like me and Josh would just go back and forth, and then we just usually pick on Shaner at third a couple of times, you know. And you just have to have that.
Yeah, I think Josh is a great guy for us because Josh, I've never seen him get angry. I've never seen him put
a couple times I've seen it.
Really? I've never seen it. Like, he is just so, I wouldn't even say even keel. He's just so happy. Yeah, he's just so happy, laid back, loves to joke. He's a singer. He's a big singer. You should get him on.
He dances. Yeah,
you should get him on the set here and have him sing you a song. He's a good singer, but I mean, me and Brady, I'm gonna throw us both under the bus. We're pretty tough guys. We're tough on ourselves. We expect
a lot, I guess.
We expect a lot out of ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when things aren't going your way, I think me and Brady are the first two candidates to get a little angry and maybe take things over to the field.
Yeah.
But I think a guy like Josh, a guy like Senior even, I mean, they just help keep the team up. And they just help keep the guys going. Because, I mean, it's hard sometimes. You got coaches pressuring you. You look at the lineup card, you're like, I gotta do better. I can't keep on going down. I want to move up. But then you just gotta remember, it's short-term memory. You got a guy like Josh, you got a guy like Senior, bound to make you laugh, and you just keep going. You just keep going. You can't. I mean, how many games are we in now?
I don't know, 20-some.
Yeah, we got 3 weeks left. You know, that's a lot of baseball. It doesn't sound like it.
A lot of baseball.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like we got 3 weeks left, but that's a lot. It's like at least 15 games, something like that.
Well, we got 3 series,
12.
Kutztown, but going off of just smiling, just having fun every day, that's basically what it comes down to. We're all friends. We all know each other. Sometimes we do get under each other's skin, but just having fun. It's what it comes down to. We're playing baseball. It's a privilege. Not many people get to do this every day. Come out and say, I get to play Division II baseball. It just makes you smile, and then you're like, wow, I could be doing something else, but I'm not. I'm here at the ballpark. I'm here doing this. So don't take it for granted.
100%.
Have some fun with it and move forward.
Going off of what he said, I remember this time last year I was at a junior college, and I dreamed about being at the stage I'm at now, doing interviews like this. I mean, just having fun with it. So I think the biggest thing with me sometimes is like after the game and I'm beating myself up, whatever, if we lost, I just think back, I'm like, this is what you asked for, This is what you wanted. So enjoy this time, because it's not gonna
happen again.
Yeah, I was at JUCO for a while, and it was a rough ride, and you could ask a lot of other JUCO kids. It's nothing easy down there. But once you get here, you gotta live in the moment at some times. You gotta remember where you come from, how much work you've done, and where you're at now, So it's something I do, just stay positive, keep my head up.
Well, thank you both so much for stopping by here.
Well, thanks for having
us. Thank you.
Awesome time.
Appreciate it.
And Mounties Midweek rolls on after this. Do not go anywhere.
As I've gone through school, I've been trying to pay off my tuition as I go, and it wouldn't have been possible without the help of the Mansfield Foundation.
I mean, the Mansfield Foundation already helped me a lot. As of right now, I don't have any school debt whatsoever, and I know the Mansfield Foundation has definitely helped with all the scholarships that I've received over the years for that.
The Mansfield Foundation has helped me out several times throughout my college career. They have helped keep my finances intact.
If you have any sort of instincts, you can get a feel of good people and bad people. Like, the people at the foundation are as straightforward as they come.
It's all part of Mother Nature's perfect blend, the keystone of the Keystone State. Visit Potter Tioga, a 2-county scenic outdoor haven, conveniently located, yet worlds apart.
With 10 state parks, 2 federal parks, and over 400,000 acres of state forest land, outdoor recreation certainly does live here, offering hiking, biking, horseback riding, ATV trails, hunting, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, and so much more.
Close to many urban areas, but far away from the hustle and bustle, you'll feel like you've found a hidden corner of the East Coast. where you can experience world-class, authentic outdoor adventure. Whether it's a family outing, a personal challenge, or even a leisurely walk, it all takes on a new perspective in these spectacular surroundings.
Follow our gurus through the Step Outdoor series at visitpottertioga.com and start planning your adventures today.
Welcome back here to Mounties Midweek. Let's talk softball now, as we have Devin and Deshae Jones here at the desk. Thank you both so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
So, as many people can see, you guys are twins. What was the decision together to come here to Mansfield?
I think it was more like we just wanted to go anywhere together. We didn't want to be separate. Our parents are alumni from here, so this was definitely on the list. And like she said, we were determined to go somewhere together.
And how important was that for you guys? Growing up, obviously, I'm sure everyone had you guys together for everything. And how did that carry over to softball?
I mean, we do everything together. We're roommates, we're roommates, we're housemates, we're best friends.
We're teammates.
Teammates now. And forever always, really. But I mean, playing softball together is kind of just like, we consider ourselves as one person. So like, when people ask, why don't you say happy birthday to each other? Well, it's kind of like saying happy birthday to myself. It's weird like that. Like, we consider each other like one entity.
And like on the softball field, I guess, being that one person, I don't have to really communicate with her to know what she's going to do. I don't know how it happens. I just know. I know what she can get to. I know what she can't get to. I know where she's going, like, before it happens. So, like, I don't need to yell stuff out.
It's that psychosomatic twin thing, right?
It really does exist.
So, and especially because of your positions, short and third, there's got to be a lot of communication between you two. Yeah. So, and is it come naturally? You mentioned that you just said that sometimes you don't have to say anything, but then is it then a hard point to get the rest of the team to realize that you guys are on the same page, and then also have to get everyone else on the same page that you guys are on?
Actually, no, not for the aspect of them knowing that, because they see that. When we're out there, I've had multiple comments from like our teammates and from just bystanders who watch that, like, we are in sync. Like, even we have a video that shows that, like, when we step in, it's like a creeper step to get ready down into your position. We do it at the exact same time and come out of it at the exact same time. So, like, and I think that translates for the rest of the team. Like, we're in sync, and then the other half of the field, they're in sync. Like, it kind of just clicks when everybody's doing it.
Like, this year we just have a really close team, so like everyone's on the same page. Like, we're really communicative on the field. Like, everyone's talking at the same time. I think just for us being sisters and twins at the same time, it's like we just give like a little head nod and we know what's going on.
And there's only 9 positions on the field, and like having almost half of them be sisters on the field, like the 2 other sisters and McGovern sisters, I think, like, them being in sync, us being in sync, that kind of falls into place with the rest of the team.
So let's talk about a couple of differences between you two. Of course, one of you bats right, the other bats left. Was that a thing that happened at college, or was that a thing growing up that it just was naturally to bat on the opposite side of one another?
That was growing up. My grandfather, who was a big influence into why we play softball, he asked if one of us or both of us would like to like switch around to their side, because being a left-handed batter gives you an advantage to first base. You get a couple steps closer, and I decided that I wanted to, and she didn't want to.
I know, I tried it, I really did, but I was like, nah, this is not happening.
Yeah.
And then she just stuck with it.
Hey, I guess that's also a bonus in recruiting if you're going to get both of you.
Yeah.
One's right, one's left. Did that throw off people a little bit?
Yeah. Well, in high school, a lot of times they'd be like, well, she was just up, but she was on the other side of the batter's box. She's a switch hitter. And I'm like, no, it's the other one. Yeah.
So, did you guys play any tricks growing up like that? The whole.
April Fool's Day. I did. We did one time, and that was the last time because they ended up playing a trick on us and gave us a referral, a fake referral.
Oh no!
And yeah, I had to bring that back to my mother, and she was not happy. And I had so much anxiety about it. I was like, we're not doing this again. So they tricked us, and then we tricked my mom by saying, yeah, we got a referral for switching classes, and she was about to march right in that office and be like, you're kidding me? But it was a joke.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So let's switch gears then and talk about this season thus far. Some ups and downs on the year, but what have been the things that thus far in the year have stood out as moments that you either have circled on the year or moments that maybe you're like, could have gone better, but we have to move on?
I think this year's team chemistry is a lot better than previous years, and that translates on the field, and it shows when we're all doing it together. And like you said, we've gone through a lot of ups and downs, especially in the preseason, and I think we've taken those as lessons, seeing that as we can do anything we set our minds to as long as we do it together.
Same with like our wins and losses this year. Like against UPJ, we took 2 losses, and that was hard. Like we needed those wins, but we took that loss as a lesson and was like, okay, like what can we learn from this, and how can we improve, and how can we get better as a team and as a unit, as one. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what is gonna get us to the point of PSACs. Like we have to do it together, or we're not gonna do it at all.
So with that, do you guys take more from the wins and what we did correctly, or do you take more from the losses and things that we have to improve to not have this happen again?
I mean, I think the losses, yeah. I think we take a lot from the losses because it's a teaching moment, and like, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks to lose. Like knowing that, if we did one more thing right or did this thing right, we could have won that game. But like ultimately, like we gotta understand that and move past it and just get better for the next game.
Yeah, and I think everyone has this mentality that it's nice to win and it feels good, but it feels even worse to lose. So you try to learn from those, whatever reasons we did lose, and we try to fix those.
And so coming up this weekend, weather permitting, obviously, kind of round 2, or rather, I guess 3 and 4, with IUP and Clarion. Let's start with the Clarion matchup, that first go-round. Mm-hmm. Things clicked. How do you approach that series and not become complacent and still go at it with full force?
I think we have to remember that in round 2, like going against each team for the second time, like every team is in it to win it, and they're not just going to lay down. Like it's not going to be like given to us. We have to take it. And Clarion is still looking for their first win, and they want it to be us, so we have to make sure it doesn't happen.
Yeah, like when we lost to UPJ and then we had Clarion the next day, like we took those losses and let that fuel us to be like, we are not going to take them for granted. Like every hit counts, every fielding ball counts, every throw counts, every catch counts, everything counts. Like we're going in this and we're going to get everyone every inning, and we're going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And then IUP, those are very hard matches there. Able to get both games. Of course, they're coming in looking for revenge. Yeah. So what is the mindset in that series that you guys have to do at home here?
We're coming out with fire. We're protecting our home ground, our home turf here. We are not laying down. Like, if they're going to take it from us, then they're going to be in a fight, because we're going to fight. We're fighting for these wins.
Yeah, and I think if we played the way we did last time against them, like timely hits, good defense, then I don't think it'll be a problem.
And I mean, we're coming off of 2 losses right now, so right now we're in it for the long haul. Like we're taking everything that we just learned from those losses, and we're going to bring it for these games. Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for stopping by here.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And Mounties Midweek rolls on after this. Do not go anywhere.
part of Mother Nature's perfect blend, the keystone of the Keystone State. Visit Potter Tioga, a 2-county scenic outdoor haven conveniently located, yet worlds apart.
With 10 state parks, 2 federal parks, and over 400,000 acres of state forest land, outdoor recreation certainly does live here. Offering hiking, biking, horseback riding, ATV trails, hunting, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, and so much more.
Close to many urban areas, but far away from the hustle and bustle, you'll feel like you've found a hidden corner of the East Coast where you can experience world-class, authentic outdoor adventure. Whether it's a family outing, a personal challenge, or even a leisurely walk, it all takes on a new perspective in these spectacular surroundings.
Follow our gurus through the Step Outdoor series at visitpottertioga.com and start planning your adventures today.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Welcome back here to Mounties Midweek. Coming up next week, we have the Mountie Awards. And here to talk about that, plus some other things, we have Sports Information Director Ryan McNamara. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
So let's talk about that. The Mountie Awards coming up. What should we expect, and what is it for people who may not know?
Yeah, so basically the Mountie Awards is our annual celebration of Mansfield athletics. So it's an award show format, and it's we bring up student athletes, highlight their achievements, their team achievements, hand out some awards. So this is where we give out our major awards like Athlete of the Year, Scholar Athlete of the Year, and then our team MVPs and MIPs. So it's always a great night.
So how important is it for this night, for really all of these student athletes to come together for this event? How important is that for Mansfield?
It's really important because when you think about it, while the student athletes are very close because a lot of times they're sharing facilities or they're in the training room together, weight room together, they're not. This is probably the one time a year that they're all together at one time. So it's great to have them all in the same place and just celebrate what it is to be a Mountaineer student athlete, because they all understand that sacrifice and what it takes to not just be successful academically at the university, but on the field. So it's a lot of hours they put in, both on the field and in the classroom. So it's great to have them together and celebrate that.
It's always a fun event. There's some other unique things with this award format. Well, what are some of the things that really are going to surprise people about this show?
Well, this year we're very excited to announce that we have an outstanding Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Drew Patrick.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to walk into that. I'll take it. But
no, but we have Drew as MC. One of the most popular things of the night is the bloopers reel that you put together, and that's also, we make that available on the website and on our Facebook page, so fans and family can check that out. But yeah, it's a fun time, relaxed atmosphere where we celebrate some accomplishments but also have fun.
And of course this year, for those who maybe can't make it out to the event, there's a way for them to watch it.
Yeah, so this year we will live stream the event. It'll be on Mountie All Access, presented by Visit Potter Tioga, and you can watch that on gomounties.com/watch. So we'll have the full night for you.
It should be a fun night, absolutely. So, Ryan, since I have you here, I want to talk to you about this sports information role that you have, because a lot of people see sports information, a lot of people see the written stories, but what are the things that really, that your job really entails?
Yeah, so we are the people behind the scenes. People probably don't really consider too much about how the stats appear or the stories appear, photos and all that stuff, but that all comes out of the sports information office. So it's myself as the sports information director, and then I have you, as you know, is our digital media guy, and then we have a great assistant with Francesco Palumbo, who handles the sports information side of things with stats and game day operations. So. And then we have a great group of students who help us out, which we would totally be lost without them because they're so important to us. And then in the past 3 years, we've had students from the comm department, sports information concentration, who do an internship with us. So it's, it takes a village, I guess. But it's a lot of hours, and we have people that are doing specific things, or we have some students that do a lot of things. So,
especially here at Mansfield University, having that sports information concentration, how much of a help is that to you? That there is a specific focus here on that really can lend a hand.
Yeah, well, it's really beneficial in two ways. For us, we have people who can come in. And it's more so than just a work study position where they're in the office more. So they're in the office at least 3 times a week at most of the games. So they get to learn more, they can do more things, get more comfortable. But it's also great for the university in that department where you have students getting real world experience. So that when they are applying to jobs on their resume, it doesn't just say, I took these classes and I got this great education, but I work, football, basketball, field hockey, whatever. I've done all these events, and they can name all these things they've done and show accomplishments. So it's great all around.
What is the most rewarding part of your job?
Well, there's a lot of rewarding things. My predecessor, Steve McCluskey, always referred back to this one story where he wrote a feature story on a student athlete, and when they were at Mansfield, and many years they came back, and the person said, my mom still has that story on her refrigerator like 20 years later. So it's things like that we get to create memories and things that they'll hold on to and cherish and just be a part of great wins and great accomplishments and great people.
You mentioned Steve McCluskey, one of the legends in the sports information field. Obviously beneficial, but what was it like really learning under Steve?
Oh, it was unreal. I mean, Steve was a legend, is a legend. He really pioneered this industry in so many ways. And it was funny, when I went to my first ECAC CIDO workshop, which is a regional sports information directors convention, I didn't fully understand his clout, how well known he was. So, I remember being in an elevator with another SID, and he saw I was new and kind of didn't know where I was going. So he was asking me where I was from. I said, "Oh, I'm with Mansfield University. I work for Steve McCluskey. If you ever heard of him." The guy's like, "Ever heard of him?" Yeah, I've heard of Steve McCluskey. But he's great. Learning from him and just trying to pass on that knowledge to others. He's outstanding, and he still helps us out. He writes some feature articles. He's always there if I need some advice or want to run some things past him. So he's a legend.
Well, Mac, you do a great job as well. So thank you so much for stopping by here.
Yeah, it was great to be here.
And Mounties Midweek rolls on after this. Do not go anywhere.
State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play!
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
I think that the strengths of the program are the professors.
Actively care about making you a better teacher.
To go into the schools from your freshman year.
We're in the classroom almost every semester that we are here at Mansfield.
It's a small community, close-knit, it's beautiful. Now, as we join UPMC, it just opens a whole new world.
Together, UPMC and Susquehanna Health are bringing life-changing medicine to north central Pennsylvania.
UPMC brings extraordinary innovation to virtually every aspect of the work we do.
Exchanging ideas, sharing research, it's a tremendous opportunity to learn in real time with world-class experts.
Changing lives every day. UPMC Susquehanna.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship, found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Of Mother Nature's perfect blend, the keystone of the Keystone State. Visit Potter Tioga, a 2-county scenic outdoor haven conveniently located, yet worlds apart. A place where you can kick back, unwind, and forget about the pressures of life. Disconnect and reconnect with your friends, family, or even yourself while surrounded by nature's beauty. So start planning your adventures today at visitpottertioga.com.
Well, it is the off season for the basketball teams, but it's never really an off season. And to talk about that, we have Taylor Sweeney and Tyler Moff here at the desk. Thank you both so much for stopping by.
Wow.
So let's talk about that. The season's over. What now is your training?
A lot of lifting, a lot of basketball specific stuff. Every day we're in the weight room lifting. We actually have testing this week, so it's going to be nice to see all of our numbers go up and everything. And conditioning twice a week. So out of the past 3 years that I'm here, this is easily like the most work we've ever done in the off season, which is really good for us. I mean, obviously our season didn't go as we planned or as what we hoped. So it's good to get back and really get, start grinding and get that vision for next season.
Yeah, the same thing he said. Like we've been pretty much every day, Monday through Friday. Coaches are on us, you know what I'm saying? Whether we're going hard lifting or we're on the gym and they're working us out. So it's been Monday through Friday pretty much every day.
So another really crucial thing of being a student athlete is really having the ability to give back and really to bond with the community. And you guys had a chance to do that. Your experience going over to Wellsboro to read to some kids over there. What was that experience like for you guys?
I thought it was awesome, especially me and Taylor. Riley Collins came with us too. We love doing stuff like that, like being in the community. And I also told Coach, if you hear of anything else, put us on it, we'll do it. So going over there was fun, just reading to the little kids, they love it, so I had a great experience doing it for sure.
Yeah, as did I. Same thing. Just the kids, they all have such great energy. They all look at us like we're stars and whatnot because we're really tall, play basketball and stuff. So it was cool to go down there and give back.
So what is there any pressure in doing that? Because as you said, Taylor, that they look at you like you're a star. Because really, in their eyes, you guys are. You're in their mind professional athletes because you play here at college. So do you feel any pressure in that situation?
I wouldn't say any pressure. So, at the end of the day, you're just going down there and we're just being ourselves. We're not trying to, conform to any image or anything. We're kind of just going down, just having fun, just like what we do any other day.
Yeah, I would agree with them. Same thing, for sure.
And so And then what does that mean for you guys specifically? To be able to really connect with the community that you guys are representing here at Mansfield.
It's awesome, honestly. Obviously, it's a small community, so going there and just showing them, like, look, you know, you can see we're all big and tall. You know, we play basketball, so they're looking at us like, oh my gosh, like we're like one of the greatest things ever. So like it was just awesome to like just go down there and just like talk to them and just, you know, show them.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And also, since I have both of you here, we're gonna rewind a little bit and talk about the winner. And we had play of the winner, and Taylor Sweeney, your shot against Bloomsburg won that out of everything. And really, Tyler, you were part of that play too, because right after you had the steal in the bucket that really put the game away. But let's take a trip back to that play. Walk me through it. Of course, trying to get that win, a big win. What was going through your head during that play?
I mean, it was huge because we had a big lead, and obviously we didn't have any wins in the conference up until then. So I feel like from our team, we haven't played in games where we have leads like that. So we were kind of like, oh shoot, like we're in the driver's seat now. So they started to claw back. We were up like 18, almost 20. They start to claw back and then eventually tie it. So basically what happened in the play, I was on the left wing. Eli drove left, and my guy helped out on him, and he just kicked it out to me, and I just went up for the shot. I actually didn't think it was going in. It didn't feel great going out of my hands, but then it bounced in eventually. So it was just great. It was, you know, great energy. After that, and then he had the steal, so that kind of sealed the deal for us. It was just a great moment all around.
Yeah, and then with the steal part of that play too, how important. You had the crowd react, obviously, to the shot, and then really a mistake. The kid just lost his balance and able to then, real quick, already get the momentum going up 3, but then to make that a 5-point swing that quickly. How important was that?
I mean, basketball is a game of runs, you know, so some fool, he slipped, you know, he probably didn't mean to do that, obviously. I got the steal, you know, went up for the layup. So honestly, basketball was just a game of runs, and it was just a whole team effort. Yeah, Tay made a huge shot. But like the whole game, if you watch it, was definitely just a team effort to like stop them from, you know, gaining the lead for sure.
Well, congratulations once again on that accomplishment. And Tyler, it's been 2 years in a row now. You've been part of the play of the winners, so congratulations. And thank you both so much for stopping by here.
Of course, thanks for having us.
Of course. Mounties Midweek continues after this. Do not go anywhere.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
As I've gone through school, I've been trying to pay off my tuition as I go, and it wouldn't have been possible without the help of the Mansfield Foundation.
I mean, the Mansfield Foundation already helped me a lot. As of right now, I don't have any school debt whatsoever, and I know the Mansfield Foundation has definitely helped with all the scholarships that I've received over the years for that.
The Mansfield Foundation has helped me out several times throughout my college career. They have helped
keep my finances intact.
If you have any sort of instincts, you can get a feel of good people and bad people. Like the people at the foundation are as straightforward as they come.
It's all part of Mother Nature's perfect blend, the keystone of the Keystone State. Visit Potter Tioga, a 2-county scenic outdoor haven conveniently located, yet worlds apart.
With 10 state parks, 2 federal parks, and over 400,000 acres of state forest land, outdoor recreation certainly does live here, offering hiking, biking, horseback riding, ATV trails, hunting, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, and so much more.
Close to many urban areas, but far away from the hustle and bustle, you'll feel like you've found a hidden corner of the East Coast where you can experience world-class, authentic outdoor adventure. Whether it's a family outing, a personal challenge, or even a leisurely walk, it all takes on a new perspective in these spectacular surroundings.
Follow our gurus through the Step Outdoor series at visitpottertioga.com and start planning your adventures today.
This week, for Play of the Week, head over to Twitter for complete coverage and voting. That's Twitter at Mountie All Access. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week.